Hey, Patrick Kincaid here. I am live in my favorite state park. It is a Tuesday afternoon. I was actually out here going for a little hike, and I thought I'd just record a quick video for you guys. Thanks for being here. I'm actually on my way to a Foo Fighters concert here in just a little while with my good friend and childhood brother from another mother, and we're going to be having fun here in about 16 minutes. But I just wanted to shoot a quick one at the end of my walk here. It's supposed to be a rainy day out here, right? But it's not. Kind of reminds me of growing up. My folks, they were always saving for rainy day, especially my dad. And my parents did such an awesome job raising us. We had such a glorious, glorious life. Wonderful home life. Parents who loved us, my siblings and I just cannot complain whatsoever. They did the best they could, and they did better than almost anybody I've ever known as parents. However, I grew up in that old paradigm. And the way I see it, my limited years on the planet here, I've learned about two paradigms that we live in when it comes to having enough or not having enough. The old paradigm was all about this saving for a rainy day, right? It was all about, we're going to work our butts off for 30, 40 years. So someday when we retire, we can finally start doing the things we want. We can start traveling. We can get into a home we would rather have than the one we've had all these years, or the one we didn't even have these years. We can get to a place where the parks are better and the schools are better and everything else. We can experience life on that far off day after we've saved enough and scrimped and toiled and held close all that we've gotten, right? That's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is something I realized in my early adult years, probably teenage years, that I wanted to go for a new paradigm. I needed a paradigm shift because I grew up in what it was like asking for stuff from my parents for year in, year out, and always being told, no, we're broke. I mean, my dad worked for the government. He made enough to pay the bills and then some, but yet we were always broke. Always. Only trips we went on was to go visit grandma like once a year, or we'd go on local camping trips, or, day excursions, which was fantastic. It was wonderful. But I never went to Disneyland until I was 20, and I took myself there. I never flew on a jet until I was 18, and I made it happen for myself. I never took a trip to California. I mean, I grew up in Arizona. Everybody I knew got to go to Disneyland as kids. We never even left, really, the Four Corners area until I got out on my own and was able to do things on my own. And so it's that new paradigm that I have been working on for my own family and for myself since I can remember. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to provide for my son, who came along here about 7 years ago, which really kind of spurred me along and getting my Amazon business going. I want to be able to take him and travel, and I want him to be in a good home with good schools, and I want to be able to experience life and have him experience life so he can grow up to serve his purpose easier and in a more thorough fashion, because he'll learn a lot more about himself and about the world around him if he can experience it. That's my take on it. So the old paradigm, broke, not enough. New paradigm, we can do this. There's enough, and you can have true wealth and serve your purpose at the same time. So I can remember this, a good example of that old paradigm. My parents were raised by their parents, who were children of the Depression. So they really struggled and toiled for having everything they needed, whether it be food, shelter, warmth. They actually had those real struggles. And a lot of those things, it's not been that bad since for many people here in the United States. So that old paradigm made sense back then. I'm here to tell you that I have seen in my own life, and everybody who I've talked to and learned from that has grown and experiences true wealth, they don't struggle for those things. And a big part of that reason is they're not hanging on tight to what they got because they're afraid to lose it. They know that there's enough to go around for everybody. And that's kind of the beauty that, also lies in an Amazon business, is that there's enough to go around for everybody and then some. If you get into this Amazon selling game, there is opportunities abound to not within decades, but within weeks to start to grow your personal wealth. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme that I'm working on here.
Pictures?
I was filming a video.
Oh, video, nice.
This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? We're not talking about you quitting your job tomorrow and cashing it all in and having your Amazon business making you, a wealthy person by next week or even next month or even this year. So if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, this is not it, right? Go look at some other video or follow somebody else, because what I'm here to tell you is about a long-term play with an Amazon business, but it's not decades, it's weeks. And what I'm going to show you coming up next is how to get started right away with finding your next or your first product, how to do quick research in secret places to find a good product idea, and then showing you how to make it into a great product idea. So I'm going to show you how to go deep into finding your first product. I'm going to help you get your Amazon brand going right away, like within weeks, not months, not years, weeks. And let's get you started growing real wealth. One thing that I've really learned from my Amazon business and my businesses is that really what matters is financial intelligence. That's what gets me to where I need to go with my wealth building. That's what gets me to where I need to go, where I don't have to save up for that rainy day. And I can live in that mindset of living out my purpose while growing real wealth. And it all just comes down to the same things I've learned to really succeed on Amazon. And that is, you got to know your numbers. You have to know what your liabilities are. In other words, what you have to pay money out, your expenses every day for car payments, house payments, taxes, all that stuff. You need to know what those numbers are, which would equate to what it costs you to sell your product on Amazon. And you need to know how much money you're bringing in, like from the sales of those products or from, your income from your job or your income from your Amazon business. So your liabilities and your residual income. And when you get to a point to where your residual income that's coming in without you working every day at it is paying for those liabilities. In other words, if you stopped working today, your residual income that's still coming in pays for all those expenses. You have obtained true wealth, my friends. You've gotten to a place where your money is making money for itself to pay for your liabilities. And that is what is obtainable in a relatively short amount of time with an Amazon business. That is what is obtainable for you in your own life with your family. I mean, imagine being able to go out and hike when you want, get in your new minivan when you want, and go take your kids where you want. My wife and I were looking at plane flights yesterday. We were like, we could fly up to Alaska this next summer for, a few weeks. And we were looking at how to get there by RV. And then we thought, you know what? We really want to go to Hawaii and Alaska next summer. Why don't we fly to Hawaii, hang out there for a couple weeks, then fly to Alaska, rent an RV up there, travel around, see Alaska, and then get back on a plane and fly home. Kind of like a beautiful triangle there, right? Take a while, do that. That's possible. Totally doable. Because of our businesses and the way that our Amazon business and my coaching business has started to build true wealth over these years. I know that if I take off for a little while, as long as I manage my systems that I have in place, that my wealth, my residual income coming in every day from Amazon sales, every day from the places it comes in from affiliate marketing and everything that I do on my Amazon business, it comes in and it's paying my liabilities, my bills, as I'm out enjoying Hawaii or enjoying Alaska. Okay? So we're talking about turning a side hustle into a full-time lifestyle. We can get you a side hustle started now, and then you could turn that side hustle into a full-time lifestyle. And I'm talking about giving you the steps to do so. So I got to head to a concert. Coming up next, stay tuned. There's going to be real tactics for finding your next or first product and get your brand started, get it off the ground, and get you going. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'm headed, looking forward to seeing you head onward and upward. Take care.